Good morning, guys. Welcome to the show. Now, we've been doing a lot of black canvases recently, so I'm changing it up, and we're going to go white canvas. Let me see if I can get my other camera to look right. What are you doing? There we go. Got to be able to see what I'm doing for you guys, right? Well, you guys just look at my double chins. That's okay. Big old TV over here that I have to look at to see yours, because all the reflective light, I can't see anything. So, welcome to Sunday Seascapes episode 10. Hang up. London will be with us shortly, and Bailey's probably still asleep. But we had to wake up and come do our Sunday Seascapes with you guys, right? Now, I'm going to tell you what colors we have. We have sap green, phthalo green, Prussian blue, alizarin crimson, midnight black, titanium white, cad yellow, bright red, and dark sienna, which is the lighter color of the browns. Okay, we're going to go nuts and kind of redo a seascape that we've done that I really didn't like the sky in, so we're going to make it much more beautiful, okay? And to do that, we're going to make a beautiful sunset with this nice oil paint. Going to get our yellow right on the edges of the brush. Don't need to cover the whole thing, don't need a whole lot, right? We're going to come up and just decide. We've touched our canvas. It has our Bob Ross liquid white right there. Don't want to have too much, don't want to have too little. It's a very fine line. Just want to be able to see the ridges of your fingerprint, or in my case, the little dimples in the canvas on my glove. Where are we going to go? Let's see, you got to get into the feel of it. Let's just, I'm just going to go in like that. A little bit in here. And crisscross strokes, we're not even really trying to blend it out. We're just trying to leave it. Just leave it there. And then we'll add to it, and then we'll blend it, and then we'll do all, and it'll change and all this stuff. So you don't have to make it perfect right away. Let's go into the bright red. Both sides again. Flip. See? Not even covering the entire brush. And that way you'll get these cool little differences, right? Come around the edge, down around the bottom, why not? And the more we blend this red into the yellow, the more orangey we will get, right? And we all learned that in elementary school. I seem to forget sometimes. I tend to forget and go, what color? Oh yeah, those two make green. That's not what I want, right? A little bit of crimson up into the sky as well. Always cover the edges, right? When you get over to the sides, just finish it, just like that. I've already prepped the sides with the same Bob Ross liquid white, right? Just do the sides, do the top. And it'll all change. But at least you'll have this base color down there, right? You gotta do the sides. It takes a couple seconds. Bam, 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 bam. Try not to get our little Bob Ross guy wet, right? He's gotta stay dry. Now, if you really want it nice and vibrant up in the sky, you really gotta use a good amount of that dark color, or whatever color you're using, because once we put it with this liquid white, it immediately wants to start blending and getting brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. And the more times we mix it, the brighter and brighter it will become. Now let's go into our darker brush here. See if we can't get some of that old dry blue to come out. There we go. Work with me, blue. Work with me. Okay, got the blue on the brush. We come in from the top like this. Right, depending on the sunset you want, you can use your phthalo blue, which is the lighter color of the blues, or the Prussian blue. Whatever blue you're working with will work. Right? You don't have to use the exact same stuff I'm using. And I like to show you that you can literally go to the store. I bought this, I got it out of the 5-pack of canvases, right? Same stuff you can go buy at the store for 12 bucks. Get 5 of them. Didn't gesso it, didn't prime it. I mean, I put our Bob Ross liquid white on, but we didn't do anything special. And I like to show you, every once in a while you'll get a pack that's very dry, and it'll suck up our liquid white before we're ready to finish, making it much more harder to work with. But for the most part, you know, everything's cool. You don't need to do anything. And they make them like that for a reason. They want it to be easy for you, because then you'll come back and keep buying more painting supplies, right? Put a little bit of our dark black up in here. Just mix it in with that blue. We get kind of a stormy top to our painting. Cover the top, cover the top, cover the sides, just where the blue is, right? That way everything kind of flows, and when you're walking down your hallway and you see just this beautiful colored edge of the painting, it makes you want to turn around and see what's on the front. So, only takes a couple seconds. Finish the sides. Finish the sides. Alright, let's go and do some blending. Some blending. We need to get some more stuff, by the way.
Good morning.
Morning, babe. So we use Jasco or Clean Strip odorless mineral spirits. You want to get the odorless stuff. The low odor still has an odor, believe it or not. And I'll show you my nasty, gently used, old, very thick plastic cups. You got to get thick plastic cups because the stuff will chew through a like a red plastic drinking cup, like a Solo cup. You don't want to use that. I put that brush cleaner in a Solo cup one time, and it literally ate through the bottom of the cup and spilled all over my table. It was horrible. So, we get our cup, dip it in, kind of shake off the excess into the cup. I like to twist it. Kind of hits the side. Shake it into a trash can. Then we beat the devil out of it into our bucket, right? Everybody see the bucket? It's just got an old golf ball basket down in the bottom because I'm thrifty, and that's what I had when I first started painting. And I've had it for 3 years now. Same old thing, and I just take it out of the bucket and put it into a new bucket or into a new bag now. I used to go to buckets like crazy. Alright, let's get all that old dirtiness off the brush. Dabbing it onto a paper towel, really getting the grossness off. Smack it, right? You just don't want it to fly all over the room. Now it's nice and clean again. This one's the dark color brush versus the newer one that's much more clean, right? So we're gonna come in. Oh, we forgot the tape, babe. Well, we didn't. I did. You're always perfect. All right, so we're gonna come into our lightest area and just start crisscrossing, right? And as we come out, we're gonna grab some of this paint and drag it in. Take some of the yellow out that way. Drag it in, drag it out, drag it in, drag it out. See how we're going in this circular pattern like this? Kind of bringing everything back into the center. You'll get this very cool color, right? Start doing it in fast motion now. Staying away from all that blue color until we're completely done blending our ocean, or our sky. Our sky and ocean. It's a seascape, right? Now, beautifulness, look at this. We can bring this stuff in from the side as far as you want. Just to make it different. Like, ooh, maybe there's the little peak of the sun. Maybe these are all clouds. You never know what they are. Alright, bam, 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 bam. Covering up the majority of the yellow just so we can kind of slightly see through. And now, we're going to drop down here, dropping any of that yellowish, reddish color off. We're going to come up into the blue and the crimson and do the exact same thing. Drag it down, bring it up. Drag it down, bring it up. Mixing those colors together and just blending them until we have a nice, soft bit of sky with no lines and no anything. It's just very soft. Now where are the clouds is our next thing, right? We could put them anywhere. You don't want to cover too much, or you could just leave it, right? The last time we did a really pretty sky, and then I kind of messed it up with the clouds, in my opinion. So maybe we'll just leave this one. Put a chemtrail in there, call it done, right, babe?
Yep.
How'd you sleep, honey? What time did you get home?
I went to sleep at like 6.
Whew. London's been lifting, guys, and making a killing. Awesome. Lifting like at the gym.
Just all night.
All night lifting.
10 hours a night.
She looks like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson now. Okay. Well, we got our beautiful, pretty sky. What do you think, babe? Should we throw some clouds in, or should we leave it all pretty and stuff?
It's your painting.
It is my painting. It's your world.
It's
Right,
your
just-
world. I just live in it.
Right? If we don't put any clouds in the sky, the painting's going to be very done. It's going to be over very quickly. Let's see. Well, where's everyone watching from today? And by the way, make sure you're tapping that screen. If you're watching on Facebook, tap, 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 tap. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like the video. That's all you gotta do. Hit the little thumbs up right there. All you gotta do. If you really want to be nice, you can share it to your page. You can send it to your grandma. But make sure, especially on Facebook, if you're sending the stars, if you're tapping the screen, it allows Facebook to take a second look and go, man, we should be showing this to more people. It's obviously just going crazy over here. So we should be showing it. And if you guys think I deserve a couple stars here and there, we're trying to reach our goal where we're trying to get an iPad, right, babe?
Yep. Talking about stars, Roberta Harris just sent 50 stars.
Hey, thank you. It all goes toward getting a new iPad with better filming, capabilities, more storage space, so we can make more reels and more shorts and more everything, right? More TikToks. It's been going crazy on TikTok. If anyone's watching me for the first time from TikTok, please tell me. Because in the last like 4 days, whatever I've done, I've jumped up like 600 followers, and I'm almost at 1,000 now, where we could go live on TikTok.
That would be amazing.
Right? I'm at like 902 last time I checked, and 3 days ago I was at 300 something followers. And I never paid attention to TikTok, but now I'm gonna have to do more TikToks. All right, let's see. And if you guys are looking for me on TikTok, it's Paint with Josh K, right?
Uh-huh.
Paint with Josh K on TikTok. And grab a little bit of white. We're gonna pull it out as flat as we can get it. See how hard I'm pushing the knife? That's why I broke the one last week. It was last week, right?
Yeah.
Last Sunday we broke the knife. Oh, by the way, can you guys see this painting right here with the exploding moon? It's not the same painting as the one. Should we turn this light off, babe? Or is it? That's actually a white camera. This is not bad. It's not the same painting as the one on Thursday where at that event. I repainted this on Friday while it was fresh in my mind and made a step-by-step zooming in tutorial for anyone who's wanting to do the seascapes but needs to be closer in, and sometimes we're too far away with the cameras. Don't worry, psychedelic meteor shower through the moon into the ocean seascape coming out on Wednesday. It's gonna be fantastic. All right, let's see.
I hope that goes viral just based on its name.
Meteor shower smashing through the moon and into the ocean.
Yeah.
I think I called it End of Days, because if you were on that planet, that is the end of your days, my friend. Okay.
Chris Doucette just sent 200.
Hey, Chris. You the man, Chris. Chris is one of the oldest fans. All right, let's see. We're going to have to do like the horizon. We could put the horizon way back here, like right in between. See how we did that? Didn't even do it on purpose, but that almost looks like a reflection of water to begin with, right? So if we put the horizon back here, we can have some beach stuff, and then some sand, and those sand dunes, and the cattails, all sorts of stuff. Yeah, or like a dock. Maybe we could do like a dock leading out into the water. Something. We're gonna figure it out though by the time we get there. You guys give me some suggestions on what do you think we should do, and then I'll turn them all down and just paint what I want. All right, let's see. Let's get a little yellow, a little bit of white, a little bit more white, a little bit of red. All right, we're gonna try to create this orangish. Ooh, see, that's too much yellow. I want it to be more orangey, so I need more red. More red. Oh yeah, just like that.
Debhick says, I'm behind using acrylics, buying oils next week.
Oh, that's awesome.
Annette Babcock says, I like the idea of a dock.
A dock would be cool.
I gotta stop yawning.
Stop yawning, babe. We'll put our little orangey chemtrail off in the distance out there. Maybe it needs to be a little bit brighter. See if we can't put a little bit of white on the top of them. And then when we blend those together, maybe it'll look like a cool little thing. Maybe it will. Again, where are you guys watching from? Is this the first time you've watched us? Do you watch us every week?
We have Ohio, Connecticut.
Ohio, Connecticut. I've sold 1 or 2 things to Connecticut. It's like one of my lowest selling states, actually. Nice little chemtrail off into the distance with even a little shadow and a little highlight on him. Right, just making it soft by going over it, going over it, going over it, trying to be as soft as we can. Now, let's throw another cloud in there. We could do like a giant... Oh, babe.
What?
We could do that one. Remember the one that you like? You sent me? Yeah, we're going to do that. Okay.
Oh my goodness, we stop throwing pens.
I know, right? Okay, we got to do the cloud first. Okay, London sent me a photo like, what, 4 weeks, probably a month ago?
Right.
Long time ago. So I'm going to do it from memory, okay? That's what we're going to do, is do it from memory. And sort of make it up if it doesn't look just right. So let's make a little bit of our shadowy color, our blue and crimson and black, but I don't want it to be too dark up there, right? So we need to brighten it up with the white until we get it this nice kind of lavendery, purpley color. Scrape that up, we're going to use it later. Save it over there, right? That's what I do. Just pick up paint and put it in different places until we run out of spots, and then by that time we're done. Let's see. Okay, we're going to take our little purpley shadow bit, and we're going to make this wicked looking cloud. It was like a cumulus nimbus cloud that just sat over the water is really cool.
Alabama is here.
Alabama. Love Alabama. Bama. I wish I was more of like a college football fan and I could tell you the team for Alabama, but I'm so not. There we go. Take our little mini circles, right? Try to stay out of your guys' way because you had that comment. Now it's so funny, like one comment will stick in my mind from a dude who's like, I can't see what you're doing. Fine. Let me try to change up my whole technique to just make sure that you can see. There we go.
Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia. That's where Jonathan is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nova Scotia. Let's put like a little flat bottom to our cloud. Maybe we'll pull them out. Just dropping, like literally dropping a random amount of paint with the knife in a certain shape, obviously, and just throwing a giant cloud out here. I love this freaking chemistry. All right, let's see. Now we need to make an actual cloud, right? So let's take a little bit of a different color because we can't just use white all the time. So let's make him sort of pinkish. We'll go white and red. Put it over here. Right? Again, make it a little darker on your palette than you want it to be because it's going to mix in with that. It's constantly mixing with that liquid white. We have to remember that. Right? So make it up here and then it'll go a little bit light. We'll put it up there. Bouncing off the top of the cloud. Almost like we're making a mountain, right? Because you want to have it in thicker in some areas and thinner in some areas. And we're going to go like that.
Better Horse watching over on YouTube said, this is my first time watching. I'm in Illinois.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for tuning in.
Joyce Cotman says, don't you dare change your technique. I'm following you from North Ohio.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Terry White's here from Colorado.
Look at that, guys.
Darius just sent 100 stars.
Hey, Danny.
Vicky Tyner says, watching live for the first time, loving it.
Oh, thank you so much. We try to respond to everybody, so if you have a comment, tell us. Tell it. Hey,
I have comment.
I have comment. You respond now. Ask us anything you want to know, right? This is almost too dark over here now. See, what do we do, guys? What do we do when it's too dark? We brighten it up a little bit.
Deb Hicks says, do you prime your canvas ahead of time and what do you use?
Yeah, so I put Bob Ross liquid white on. I was showing this earlier in the beginning of the video. We took our 5-pack of canvases from Michael's, right? The base level ones that you guys go buy. I use the same stuff, and I don't gesso. Especially on Sunday morning, I don't have time. I literally turned the camera on 30 seconds late because I was still putting paint on my palette this morning. But yeah, I take the canvas, I put it up here. I put our Bob Ross liquid white on if we're doing a white canvas, or Bob Ross liquid clear if we're doing a clear canvas. You can use linseed oil or make your own liquid white by it's like 50-50 linseed oil and titanium white. There's a YouTube video for it, you know. But yeah, that's the only real prep we do because I like to show you that you can do anything. You really can. You can make it. You can take anything right out of the pack, put it on the thing, use the right paint, right? The liquid white or linseed oil or something, and some thick oil paint. You don't have to use exactly what I have, but it helps if you do, right? London always told me, she was like, why can't we get the cheaper paint? And I said, well, if I'm not using the exact same stuff. And I was like, please, let's just get the stuff. And we got the stuff, right, babe? And it turned out amazing because when you use the correct stuff versus the cheaper stuff from the art store, it works differently and it comes out amazing sometimes. So it is a little bit more expensive, obviously, and it's a big jump if you're going to buy the big tubes like me and just jump all into the hobby. It's a big expense right off the bat. So I didn't start out with this big easel. I had little stuff, and then I kind of grew as I started making more videos and different things. But you don't have to use the exact same stuff that I do, but I have it all listed on my Amazon store, which is amazon.com/shop/paintwithjosh. You can buy this exact easel without all the stickers, obviously. That's my own customization. Or the canvases that we use, or the palette, or the Bob Ross brushes, or the paints, or the Magic Fly paints, or the Gamblin, or the Windsor paints. We use them all, right? This is Windsor titanium white. These are all Bob Ross colors, and then I have Magic Fly colors that we may pull out of the box as well. So it's not just one brand. I use them all. But if you want to use the same stuff I use, we have made it possible with those, with our Amazon store. So get a little bit of crimson, a little bit of blue, a little bit of black. Same kind of color that we've been making, just a little darker than the one before. And we'll throw some kind of something, a bigger bit of cloud in front of it. Right? You're like, oh, Josh is making a mountain. Nope, we're still on clouds. We are still on clouds. Here we go.
Cindy says, watching from Oregon yet using acrylics and still a beginner. The knife technique to add paint scares me. Y'all rock.
Thank you. Yeah, on acrylics, it works much differently. There are acrylic artists I know that I brought them to tears because they couldn't make their acrylic painting look like my oil painting doing one of the tutorials. And it doesn't work the same. At least I don't know how to get it to work the same. And so, you know, if one technique doesn't work with the knife, you can use it with the brush or whatever. However you make it work for yourself, you know, at least we're giving you the idea on what to do. And then however you want to make it work is what I always say. However it works for you is the right way, right? There is no wrong way to make a cloud as long as it looks like a cloud, right? And all it takes to look like a cloud is a little bit of depth, a little bit of color, and that's really it.
Joyce says, crazy question. What happens if you don't prep the canvas?
It becomes very hard to move anything, right? You'll put the brush up there and then all of a sudden you won't get this nice smooth bit of color. It'll run and then it'll start to break and you'll see all the different little pops and holes like we do. Then it'll start to look like this when you don't want it to. And then you'll have to push harder and blend more and add more paint. It just doesn't flow the same and it's very difficult, you know, unless you're doing like a palette knife painting where it's just you're just mushing it on and making different things. It's hard, at least for me, right? That's what we say. At least for me, it's difficult to make it do this on a dry canvas. Let's swipe that up. Bam, 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 bam. Push it over. Just like that. Because we don't use a whole huge amount of paint, you know, we have this, you can go across it and not smear a whole bunch, right? Even our chemtrail. Go across the whole paint. Look, even down here on the color, there's not a whole lot of color because we're not using a lot of paint and we're blending it very, very well. That looks pretty cool. All right, let's bring in the secret weapon. Dun, 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 dun. First, we gotta prep the paint for it. So we need to make like a, dude, I wonder what the yellow would look like.
Sandra Bilton sent 200 stars.
Sandra, thank you so much.
Joyce says, ouch, I don't want to do that. Want to flow like you, Josh. Thanks for the explanation.
Yeah, it's hard. Like, you know, when I first did it, the first time I ever painted, right? I wonder if we could show them. I don't even think it's down here or up here. I took the, you know, London was like, all right, try this. And we got the little cheap oil paints, like 25 paint, little tubes, you know what I mean? But I didn't have anything to make my canvas wet. I didn't know about linseed oil or anything like that. So I literally used virgin olive oil out of the cupboard to make the canvas slick. And, you know, it was a big mess, but it was a learning experience, right? That's what it's all about. All right, let's do this crazy thing from memory again. Is there color on that, or is it just dried paint? See how often we paint, and then how it's just, I can't all the time. Okay.
Jed Hicks says, how hard is oil to use?
Oh, well, for me, it's so much easier than acrylics because I've only painted in oils. You know what I mean? When I tried acrylics, London says it was good, but I don't think it turned out that good. So, you know, for me, oil is easier, but for other people, acrylic is easier. So, we need to make the cloud even bigger, I think. Even bigger. So let's do this one with a fan brush, okay? We'll take our crimson, our blue, mix them in like that, pull it down, take a little bit of black, just mix them into this pile. People are always like, oh, I'm worried about my colors running together. I'm like, no, that's what you want. You want your colors to run together. Then you have cooler, different colors and stuff. All right, let's do, if it's got to be that big for the thing, then we got to come down just a little bit further. Right? Got to go over some of those clouds in the back. And this one's going to be even more dark because we're using the fan brush and really getting that paint in there before we mix it up. Leaving a little bit of light underneath, pushing it back in some areas, looking really cool. And take our same old brush, haven't really washed it, it's got all that pink color on it still. Just mix up our thing, pulling it down. I don't want to cover up too much of that yellow down there. Bam, 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 bam. All right, pull it down. Pull it out. Get this cool, more little bits. More little bits that we got to highlight now. Let's do some of them in that little yellow color there. It's kind of cool. It's the reason why we use purple as well as our shadow, because you can do yellow over the top of it without it going green. Just little different bits, little highlight bits in different areas, different parts of the sun, right? All sorts of differences. Gotta make that noise too. I don't know why it works. Don't ask why. It just does.
Differences in color.
Yeah.
Ping.
Ping. Just mixing it up. Bam, bam, bam. Going across so you guys can see, leaving those little depth and difference areas. Right? That's all we really want. And then the places where it's a little thicker, work at it a little bit more. And then step back and look. And then go, okay, starting to look cool. Maybe this thing up here needs to go away. So we'll just blend it until it kind of goes away. This thing over here, I don't really like the yellow now. Right? Because we're going to stand out away from that. So we'll put a little bit of our white and keep stacking it on until it looks a little bit thicker how we like it. It's got to be a little bit brighter than the other one, and it's got to push the other one back a little. So, yeah, just like that. Don't want to overdo it. Don't want to overdo it. And then pull it out to the side. We can do whatever we want. Because it's Sunday Seascapes, and we can do whatever we want.
Terry White says always have to do the sound effects.
Yeah. That's the fun part. Swipe it up. Swipe it to the side. Right, we're not using a whole huge amount, and now we got this cool little bit of cloud back there. It's really sort of neat. We should do it like raining underneath. How would you do that, Josh? Well, I would take a brush and try to pull down some of that darkness back there. Oh yeah, see? Straight down though. And then we got to go back over it to get rid of those brush marks. It looks cool. Now that we know that it's raining back there, it would make more sense if it was a little darker underneath. Just a touch. Okay. And then you just work at it till you like it. A couple more swipes till we get the perfect amount of that shadowy color in there. Looks like it's raining underneath. Just like that, we got this far off little rainstorm. Soft one, but it's there. It is there. Alright, scrape up all that yellow color that we made, that orangish yellowish color. Really want to get it on the brush. Kind of just let it layer on there. Stack it up as much as you can get. Now let's make that circle.
Hey babe, how long does it take for oils to dry?
Well, your climate has a lot to do with it. Hang on, I need to focus.
Oh snap. So while he's drawing a moon, guys, please, please, please remember that you can hit the emojis on the bottom, the heart, the smiley face, the like button, and that tells Facebook that you're enjoying the video, so it'll show the video to more people. If
Yes,
you are,
please tap.
if you are interested in going over to Josh's Amazon store, potentially just to see how much things are. The Amazon store where you're able to buy all the paints that he uses and the easel and some other goodies too is www.amazon.com/shop/paint with Josh.
That's it. That is it. It's kind of cool. It's not really a moon, more, I don't even know it. Like it's like an
eclipse.
aura. Yeah, well, yeah, it's true. It's like an eclipse, but you can know. But then the clouds come in front of it too, which is just more trippy. Trippy. There we go. And that's what I like about that photo is how the clouds, like you think it's the sun, and then the clouds, and it's kind of wrapped inside its own little deal. It's cool. All right. Small little brush. There we go. And again, it's so little amount of paint that we can go over it without it really smearing. That looks really cool. I like that. All right, let's throw in some water. How long have we been going? Okay, we're long enough. Long enough on the sky, Josh. Now we can get, what color of the water should we do? It's already kind of pinkish. We do like purplish pinkish. Get a little bit of our blue and crimson together. A little bit more crimson than blue though. All right, maybe a little bit more purpley. A little bit more prettily purpley. All right, let's see if where our horizon's gonna be. Right underneath that far off rainstorm, right? Take our maul stick or our yard stick, make sure it's straight, very, very lightly. Put in a, is that straight? What happened to my yardstick? Oh, guys. I think it dipped on me. I didn't even realize.
Jennifer Pierce just posted in the group.
There we go. That's better.
That her and her husband painted along with you.
Oh, that's cool.
Look.
Let me see. Oh, that's number, yeah, episode 5. That's one of my favorites. I like that. Great job. Great job on that. And we're just going to toss in a couple little bits, leaving some of that reflective, you know, that color that's back there. We don't have to get rid of it all. And if we don't make our horizon straight, we get crappy comments, so.
Hey babe, do you have videos for beginners?
I do actually. On my YouTube site, my YouTube channel, we do our channel memberships, right? And so you can pay $7.99 right through YouTube, and then YouTube will grant you access to the videos that were already there for you to watch. And you can start at seriously level beginner 0. On module 1, it's a black and white. It's a very small little canvas. We show you what to do, and then we kind of move into colors, and then sunsets, and then all sorts of stuff. And then when you get done with that, you be painting beautiful landscapes, and then you go to the seascape modules, right? You start out, we just do kind of like an open water one, and then more beaches, and then more crashing waves, and then like my skull rock, which is over here, my skullscape, one of my favorites. You get kind of crazy, and we do all sorts of stuff. So you get a lot of value. Holy crap, this thing is like literally coming off. No wonder it felt so loose. And we keep adding class videos as well. So, you know, if you're a member for multiple months, you're getting more value, because when that will add a class video that's only for the paying members, and that's the only people that are really going to be able to see it. Every month we try to add a new one. So, but the price never goes up, is my point. Price doesn't go up. And you keep getting more new videos, which is just more value to me. And it's only $7.99, so you could try it for a month. And if you didn't like, you know, or you didn't get it, or my videos just suck, and I'm sorry, it only costs you $8 to try it for the month, right? But if you like them, like everyone else has said they've liked them, then they should be very helpful to the beginner. So. And even for an intermediate painter that's kind of lost his way, you know what I mean? Check it out. Just get back to the basics every once in a while. I go back and look at my old Instagram photos and go, wow. Firstly, wow, look at this. Doesn't that look like wet sandy beach right there, babe?
Yeah, it looks lovely.
Holy
you could literally
cow, that's it. And I'm putting the sand dunes right here.
Yeah, you could just leave it like that.
That's it. Toss the brush. Done. See ya. It hit the carpet, but there's not enough paint to make me worried.
Deb Hicks says, signed up for a membership last week, but
Awesome.
will look again.
She signed up for last weekend, what?
She'll look again for the beginners videos.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the class videos, they're under my playlist, step-by-step class videos. And normally when you click on those, if you're not a paying member, it won't allow you to watch them. So when you do pay, you get access to those. And it's not a requirement to pay for the channel either. You know what I mean? I have 200 videos. I think this is the 203rd video on my channel. full of all different things for you to check out and watch and learn from, right? They don't, I obviously can't go through every single thing in just one painting video. So watch a couple different ones. Maybe take the mountain from this guy up here and, you know, the northern lights from this and the moon from that or whatever, and just kind of piece them together and make your own. That's what we like to say, huh, babe?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be like a far off little thing back there. We should start doing those ASMR videos, just silent with my creaky floor. Could probably put a lot of people to sleep with the creaky floor. Sounds like a spooky old haunted house. It's only because I've stood here so many times in this exact spot. And the floor just knows me now. Okay, there's our beach, guys. Looking good. Now let's take a little bit, maybe should we do the yellowish? No, let's do the pinkish water. A little bit of crimson, a little bit of white, right over yonder. Mix it up. Sort of similar to that pink. You can tell the difference in the pinks though between the crimson and the red. Crimson and white and the red and white obviously make different colors, and the crimson is just so stinking pretty. Now let's go like this. We're gonna do some far off little beachy waves, kind of rolling in. Nice and soft little seascape, right? Beginners are very worried about kind of making that big crashing wave, I think. And that's why videos, at least videos that I've done that are more further away, kind of easier to do, more pretty, so, you know, bigger scene, they work a little bit better. And I always wondered why. I'm like, man, I'm painting these beautiful waves. Like, you guys don't want to see that? I don't get it. And it's literally because this is a much easier thing to do. Make them much further off. Don't have any much detail back there. They're coming in at different times. Remember, they're not a straight line. Water is not straight. Nothing is really straight. Just like that. Poof. Wow. Wow. Just how easy it is. Swipe over them just slightly. Right? Again, there's not a whole lot of paint up there. Look at that, babe. That is pretty. Put a little bit of line of dark underneath, just underneath a couple of them. In different places, right? Just gives it a little bit of lift in my eyes. Makes them a little bit taller, like they're sitting up. There's a little bit of shadow underneath the wave. It's kind of, maybe that one's crashing over there, right? Never know. Don't make them too, you know, every time you go over it, you're kind of losing some of that textured detail. So go back over it, just a little teeniest little roll of paint, brighten areas up like that. Don't overdo it. Look at all that beautiful, sandy, reflective water right there.
Annette Babcock says, I was looking for a fall video to paint, and that's when I realized how many you do have to paint, and that's when I realized how many you do have. Off the top of your head, do you have anyone you would recommend?
For fall, I guess. For Annette, I don't know actually. A little bit of brown, bring it up to this, and we're going to leave a little white area around that pink, the smallest little bit. So for fall, I mean, one of these really, the one class video and one free video of this sunset pond. You don't have to, it's like, it's not too far down if you're on the list of every video I have. It's not too far down because we did it maybe September of last year. But it's nice and beautiful. There's many different kinds of trees and different things in there. So there we go. A little bit of beach, mix it in. Not bad. Need a little bit darker though. Don't want it to be too dark. So start with very thin, very small amounts of paint. Drag it in from the side, and that way you'll have, you know, a graduation of blending. And that way you don't start out here in the middle with a big dark area like over here, and now you're stuck, you can't do anything with it. There we go. Nice beautiful little sheen on our water, right? The trick with the sheen, don't paint it, right? That's it. Don't paint the sheen, the wetness of the sand. You don't paint that. That's just your original color from blending your sky out into your water, right? Just that's why I always say don't cover it. Don't cover too much. You can't cover it all. Just bring this down that way. Nice little soft sandy beach. Then we can blend it as much as we want until it goes, you know, the right color or becomes much lighter from the liquid white that it's mixing with. You can literally blend it and blend it and blend it and blend it and become very, very, very soft. We can go over that wet sandy beach without taking any color over it, right? Even though there looks like there's stuff on there, we're blending it to its literal max, pushing it to the limit, right? Push it to the limit. That 80s song. Awesome. Okay, now we need to come in. We're going to have to cover up some of the sheen on the water, right? Should we put a rock or two out there? Or should we just leave it nice and pretty and sandy?
I think it looks great right now if you just blend those sides of the moon in and put the birds in, we call it a day.
Blend the sides of the moon in? What are you talking about?
Like,
I don't understand.
when you make it all like round and curvy.
Oh, you mean do the...
Yeah.
No, this is just that ring. Remember that photo you sent me? And we were inside of a cave?
Oh, got it.
That ring in the thing? Yeah. So it's just like an aura. Like, bing, that's it.
Yeah.
You not like that?
I do.
Okay. But then we're going to change it up and go like that too.
Oh. I literally you could just leave it like
It's
that.
just, that's it.
Put some birds.
Oh, okay, I'll put the birds in. And so then at some point, we can just stop. So the birds represent myself, London, and Bailey. And they go into every painting as part of my signature.
I'll be back up. I really need to wake up. I'm struggling.
Oh, okay.
Give me 5 minutes.
You don't have your coffee?
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, okay. Got it. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, the birds. It's me, London, and Bailey. They go into every painting as part of the signature. So all I do is get a little bit of low odor mineral spirits on the tip of the brush, right into the kind of dark colored paint, so it's very liquidy. And that allows you to do these little teeny tiny details, you know, with obviously micro liner brushes. That helps. And a maul stick, which you can all find in my Amazon store, amazon.com/shop/paintwithjosh. And you can find all these little things. And remember, guys, if you're watching on Facebook, tap the screen if you like what I'm doing. If not, then just don't tap it. You could just sit there, I guess. But yeah, we very much appreciate the stars again, by the way. We're trying to get a new iPad, so all the stars and all the purchases and all the, you know, you could buy this painting or any of the other paintings in my Etsy store, but it all goes towards getting more filming capabilities so we can make better videos for you guys. So we need your help. Besides that, let's continue. Let's continue. Yeah, we'll do it like that. We'll do it with the old brusharoo. Okay, gonna get all those colors mixed up again on our little fan brush. We're gonna make a big old hill where our cattails will live. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna come up like this. Maybe we got a couple little bushes and little things that live out over here. Just a messy bottom, right? All these little things kind of poking up. That's all we really need. And let's see, you're going to come over maybe a little bit, pop it in front of the sand, but then we need to come down below so people realize it's not just all wet sand. There's a little area down here where there's some dry sand that we can walk on, right? I'm going to pop a few little random bits. Well, actually, I'm just going to close my eyes. Close my eyes and just pop in some random bits in there, because that's all we need. It's just some random bits of color that will blend out. Now we're going to take the 1-inch brush, come up into here, just start to pull our little sandy beach. Just pull it down, right? Oh, look. Ooh, we don't even have to really even highlight the sucker, right? If you do it right, you don't have to do anything. Just like that. Woo! Boy. Holy moly, guys. Right? Looks like a big old, it looks like a wave of sand with a bunch of stuff growing at the top. But it's not dark enough for me. Right? We can always go back and add sand and stuff, but it's just not dark enough. So maybe there's another little bit there, or something over here. Just some kind of something. And then we're going to pull it out, see what it looks like. Right? The straighter that we pull, the less of a wave we're going to get, and more of a soft little hill, right? You can take all these and just blend them until your heart is content. Some of those, swipe them up, you get these beautiful little bushes that are kind of growing on the edge. And then depending on how we shadow it, and how we pull it out, and how it's sat, will depend on what it looks like. You don't have to even blend it, we don't even have to do much. It's in the shadow. Maybe the sunset's over here, it's in the shadow. We don't even really have to do anything. Look at it, guys. Holy cow. It's literally just like that. That's Josh's style. Oh my goodness. Is it savable? If it is, I'll have to save it later. That was my favorite fan brush, guys. No. No, no, no. It's okay, we have a backup. We've got a backup. This one's very thin as well. You need to put some duct tape on the end of this sucker or something so we don't lose it. All right, what were we just doing? Let's see. We're looking at the thing. We're deciding what we need to do. Maybe we'll make some footprints in here. But the footprints have to be at the right kind of angle to make sense. It's got to be the right sort of looking mess, right? So first, let's do a little bit of highlighting over here. We'll put some white sand, some green. Let's take a little bit of our liquid white. I'm going to pull it out onto our green right here. Just like that. Makes it this much lighter color, you can see, than it originally is. And it makes it nice and sloppy, right? It's nice and sticky and wet, so it wants to stick onto these little bushes back here. But we don't want it to cover everything, right? We don't need it to cover everything. So drop a little bit of color, leave some shadow, come down. Maybe this guy over here has just got the little teensiest little bit of color because he's just got the littlest bit of shadow. A little bit of green on there. That's it, right? Little bits of different things. We're going to take these guys, kind of mix them down in, just grabbing the corner, just very lightly, trying to pull some of that color down, make it a little bit softer. Just kind of pulling it down. You guys see what I'm doing? See how we pull it down into that shadow, just tapping, tap, 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 tap. Come back up, grab some more, tap, 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 tap. Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. Don't dance, Josh. No one's going to tune in. No one's going to watch if you dance, Josh. All right, let's get over here. Come back. Grab up the same little bit of shadow color with our blue, black, and crimson on our brush so we can add another little taste of a bush or something over here in a second. All right, now I want to get a little bit of white, a little bit of our brown. Mix that up into our shadowy color of our sand, which is just off-white, right? It's like beige. Because we don't want it to be super white, but we don't want it to be super dark either. And then we're just going to pull it down just like that. Just like snow breaking on a mountain. You get this nice little sandy area. Come down our hill. And again, depending on our swipes, depends on what our sand is going to look like or what the angle of the hill is. Just swipe it down. Just a little bit of soft falling sand back there. Mix it up, push it in, and we're going to blend it out anyway. Different heights though. See, it comes in, comes down different ways. And we can take our brush again very lightly, because we don't even want to disturb all the breaks in there, right? Maybe that guy, he's a little bit too strong. There we go, a little bit just like that. Oh, guys. We can put like a big old boulder right here or something, or a bigger bush. And come in here like this. A much bigger bush. Look at how I turn the brush, all like, just like it's you're rotating it. And that way it pops out in different places. Get different little things growing, different little things happening. All right, put it down in there. Give us a little pull over this way. Just like so. Maybe we got something growing over here. Angle's most important, right? Just like that. That's why we put that little bit of highlight sand back here first. Again, we're just going to shape it how we like to see it. That's pretty cool. Not covering all that stuff. And in my mind, it would be just a little bit darker underneath the bits of bush back there. Right? Can't have a bush with no shadowing. Look at that blue come in. Oh, makes it nice. Nice little bits. Beautiful little things. beautiful little changes in color, and if we mix them in well enough, it'll be like a little soft little shadow or something. Some bit of something. Some bit of something lovely. We can add some of that yellowish color onto that. Oh yeah. Almost like we have a little bit of a difference in our dune now. It's going back the other way. Just based on how we were moving the brush around, right? Because that's all it is brush strokes are going to tell us how everything's supposed to live. That's cool. A little bit of difference. Little differences in color, guys. That's it. That's what it's all about. Nice and soft. Nice and soft. Take our knife again. Throw in our little bits of our sand. That's what people love. All the details in the sand. That's what they want to see. So you take your white. It's going to mix in with all those other things. And we're just going to let it, just like a mountain. Letting it flow down like a mountain. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. Not so much of it over here, right? Just a little taste, a little touch of that sandy bit over on this side. Just for people's eyeballs. And that looks really, really neat. You pull it out there, do all sorts of stuff. Pulling it down onto our beach where our little sandy little tuft lives. Right down here on the beach. And it is gorgeous. Just go over it until you're happy with how it looks. It's a little bit too bright in areas or too thick or whatever. Do what you gotta do to make it look how you want it. And that's what we always say. You gotta do what you gotta do. There we go. A little bit of brown in there, change the color up a little bit. To have a one shadowy side, right? So give that side a little bit difference in color over there. And then we're going to cover up with this big old bush anyway. So let's come back a little bit more liquid white, grab up our green on our white right here. Come up, cover over the top of this guy. But leaving the underside, right? You got to have some shadow down there. Gotta do it, guys. Gotta do it. A little bit of mixing up underneath, just so we get that little kind of mystery down there. What lives down there? That's what I want to know. What's happening? Right? We can even take and scrape in some little sticks and different things in the dark areas of the painting, of the bush. Back in here, all these little things will stand out. Before we get too far away, let's throw some cattails on there. A little bit of our shadowy color mixed with a little bit of the phthalo green. And remember, we got to go above our horizon. You have to go above your horizon. You got to cover up something. So we're just very lightly, with the thinnest amount possible, we're going to drag some of these things down different ways, different things. But if you start to get too thick, or you have to push too hard, go back, chisel your blade again, right?
Okay, so two things happened while I was gone.
What happened?
Deb Hicks says, got a granddaughter that's fallen in love with you.
Oh, thank you.
She wanted to join me, so I guess she should be a pretty good painting, seeing how she just turned 12.
That's awesome. I can't wait to see what you can do, little one. We have a couple younger painters that have done some really, really cool things. So I can't wait to see what you do.
In other news, John Krasniak just sent 1,000 stars.
Holy cow, John. John is the best. Like, literally the best person. You are the best, John. Besides London, you're the best person I know. But London takes the cake on that one. What do you think, hon? It's kind of changed a bit since you were gone.
I've been watching downstairs the whole time. How do you think I know what's been going on?
Well, I know you've been watching, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying the thing has sort of changed from what it looked like initially. Let's see.
Gina says, It amazes me how little paint you use. I use tons. I end up with paint all over me and sometimes a lot of mud on my canvas.
I get enough on me too. Mud on the canvas is, that's a pain in the butt sometimes. I know what you feel. So a lot of times it's, especially when you're doing highlights like this, right? We've already created the sticky shape with our globby bit of shadow, right? Got it all stuck on there and all the little fingers are sticking off like this, right? When you go in with your highlights, if you push too hard, too many times, all of a sudden you've mixed all of that very liquidy, thin paint with all that thick paint, and now it's at this point where it's mud and it can't take and it can't do anything. You gotta get rid of it. So very, very light touch when you're doing your highlights, and that should stop your mudding problem.
Roberta Harris just sent 45 stars.
Roberta is the best.
We really appreciate all the stars that you guys have sent in past lives, current lives, other videos.
We do really appreciate. There we go. Make our little tails. Now we gotta make some of them, right, smaller than the others. So maybe this guy's just got a little.
They're not cattails.
Just a little corn dog on him on that guy.
It doesn't even make sense. They look like corn dogs. They don't look like cattails.
Well, they're called cattails.
It's a silly name.
Silly.
We should rename them.
All right, keep adding a few more. Getting taller. Because you want them to be, tons, messy, crisscrossing over each other, over different things. Some not even growing up too much. You know what I mean? And you don't have to highlight them all, but you do want it to kind of take out sort of what your seed looks like in the back there.
Roberta Harris just sent another 100 stars.
Roberta! She's the man, but woman.
Whoa, man.
Woman. Right? Kind of pick a spot where you let a couple grow from so they kind of sprout out.
Danny Harris said, love your paintings. Can't wait to see how this one turns out, and sent 85 stars with his comment.
Thank you, senor. We appreciate that. Right? All we're doing right here is just taking our little teeny fan brush and letting it kind of pulling it off to the side. Just like that. So it's just a little different, right? Maybe one guy's got a corn on him too. Corn dog's got to be dark though, Josh.
Corn Dog Beach.
Corn dog beach.
I'm not joking. That's the name.
Poof. Little corn dog on him right
Corn
there.
Dog Beach.
Now we're just going to shape the little corn dog how we want it to look.
What about that beach is a corn dog?
We could do whatever. We could literally do whatever.
What about? I'm on point right now. I see you, beach.
That's funny. I see you, beach. Oh, that looks good, guys. Looks really cool so far. All right, a couple of our deals are missing their little schmutzes. There you go. Little things, right? You got to cover over stuff, though. Can't have it, with all of your cattails underneath all of your beach and all of your sheen and all that stuff. You got to cover something to get rid of it.
They look a little like pampas grass.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's what they are. This guy's just little.
Clive Gibson says, would something on the horizon, however small, give it more distance?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think the darker water back there, then you got your lighter, then you got waves, then you got wet beach, then you got dry beach, then you got a dune. I don't think it needs any more depth at all. And the potential for ruining it by coming out here, right, and doing something on the horizon, if you don't like the way that it looks, it's like that forever and you can't change it. So, I am not going to touch this one. At least on the horizon. trying not to make all of these things look too much the same or cover too much. Some of them we're not even going to put the little cattail on the end. Just doesn't need it. So looks really cool though. I like it. Maybe this guy needs more. A couple little bits coming up out of there. It's like a clock, right? That's all we really need. A little clock bird. Man, don't pull out too much. Just enough. Man, just like that, we get these cool little bit of breaking sand and all that sort of stuff. Come out here with that too.
Patsy Richardson says, I think it's awesome.
Thank you so much, Patsy. A little scrapey action going on over here.
Deb Hicks says, love all the colours you use. They are never boring painting.
Thanks.
Jonathan Evely says, I'm craving corn dogs now.
Corn dogs. See, London's a trendsetter.
Where's David Mork? He has not argued for a birch tree.
Yeah, no birch trees in this one. Where's, there we go. What do you think of that? Should we do less sand around that and like blend it in?
No, babe, that looks great.
Yeah,
I don't know
this
how
is
you
a little
do
bit-
this.
There we go. Do what?
You just like take a stab in the dark and it's beautiful.
Oh yeah, it's
John Krasniak just sent another 500 stars.
John. You're the man, dude. Yeah, once we get that new filming
Thank you, by the
capability.
way.
Yes, thank you, John. That's what I mean by you're the man. That's man talk for thank you.
Vicky says, do you ever plan out your painting or do you just go with the flow and paint the canvas?
I mostly just go with the flow and paint the canvas. This one, I decided, if I'm left to my own devices, I'll just start getting trippier and trippier and trippier, right? Because we've been rolling up to this psychedelic event, and then I did it, and I was like, wow, I really need a tutorial for that one because I didn't talk to the camera, I didn't do anything, and so I made that, and then from that, I'm like, oh, I could do this and I could do that, but everyone doesn't want to get as nuts as I do. So I have to sort of, London had sent me this photo and months ago, and she was like, this is really pretty. I was like, yeah, it's really cool. And it had like a big cave around it and all this stuff. But this gave me the idea for that ring and all the moons that came after that. And so I thought it was about time that we painted that one. And so I did this part from memory from the photo. And then to make it, a little bit easier for the beginner, instead of doing a big cave and a lot of dark color around the sides, which is very intimidating, we threw in a little dune with a bunch of corn dog, cattail, whatever they are. What's the actual Latin? Not Latin, but what's the actual term for these things? Are they seagrass? Is it what? Somebody Google that. Tell us all the answer. All right, should we try to do some footsteps in the sand? Would look kind of cool. We almost need something else right over here to make it.
Sea oats.
Sea oats. Okay, I like that. Oats of the seas. No, that's perfect. We could do like a freaking wooden sign over here. Like, no swimming, sharks. Sharks have been seen in the area. Swim at your own risk. Oh yeah. I love how it's nice and soft down here, and then you really get the texture of the trickling, falling sand on the dune itself. Love those differences. There we go. Well, yeah, does it need to come out a little bit more with that color? Yes, you just have to push some of that beach back. But not all the way across. We don't need that line to go all the way.
That beach is too close.
Who said that?
No one.
Push it back.
You said push that beach back. I said that beach is too
No,
close.
You're too close to me, beach. Back it up. Back it up, beach.
I feel like we live in the good place. This is fucking ridiculous.
Now, beach, what you doing? You're too close to me, beach.
Back up, beach.
Get up, beach back. Get up. There we go. We can't be talking like that, babe. We got kids watching.
What? I haven't said anything.
We could do like a big old fat like beam.
Beach.
Big old fat beach. We can do like a big old beam of wood and then like a giant rope that's coming along like we're on the other side of the rope going towards the beach. Something.
Oh, Lord.
That would take a long time though. It's already 11. Already 11.
Alma says never too close to the beach.
Yeah. That is true. I'm a mountain boy though. I like the mountains better.
I don't know why, but when you said that in my head, I had that clip of that song that's like, oh.
Oh, the immigrant song.
You said I'm a mountain boy, and my head went, oh.
Oh. That's funny. Oh, should we do the whole textured beach?
No, babe, it looks lovely, just like that.
Yeah, it wouldn't look. I mean, it doesn't make sense. We'd have to put a hill over here or something. Let's do that because we didn't do that in the other one.
Okay, guys, buckle in. This
Buckle
beach
up.
is getting a new hill.
Yeah, we're gonna go over here and pop in a little bit of a
Clive
hill
Gibson.
like this.
Clive Gibson asks a very good question.
What's his question?
Do you ever go back to a painting once you've gone off air and add things?
Yes, I do. You'll see in the bloopers for this C one right here, the psychedelic crazy one. I do go back in and change the direction of the wave in the back, and then I'm like, oh guys, it's all see. So you have to watch to the end to see the blooper. But a lot of times, sometimes after I turn off the camera, and I'll go downstairs and I'll look at the picture and I'll be getting ready to post it, and then I see something that I know is someone's gonna be like, oh, your cabin's a little off. So I gotta go back and fix that.
Your perspective is
Yeah.
incorrect.
So then I gotta go fix that and do that. You know, I'm not gonna turn the cameras back on just to fix something real quick. And a lot of times, that me fixing something real quick takes another hour, and then the painting looks totally different. And then you guys go, oh, I like how you gave us the, you know, the other version. And so, who knows? There we go. Let's do that.
Coming April 1st, there will be some new products up in Josh's Amazon store. That is his, that's his at work, do on your break time goal for the next 2 weeks, or 10 days, or 5 days, 6 days, 3 days. 3 days.
What are you talking about now?
Adding things to your Amazon store. You've got like 4 days to do that.
Oh, okay. We can do that.
You've got to put my Crocs in the things London loves.
Yeah, the London Loves section.
Yeah. Alternatively, if you're looking for something for your nose, you can go to the londoncandlecompany.com
Very true.
and
London sells the most amazing candles, you guys.
coconut soy wax, hemp wicks.
All natural.
Yes, totally soap safe fragrance. So
It's really cool. They look beautiful. They smell even better, and you know you can't go wrong really with a London Candle Company candle. And the people that have bought some should back us up and tell everyone else.
Gina says London needs a new chair. Gina, we established that I needed a new chair a couple of weeks ago, but right now the iPad is the most important. iPad comes first, then new chair, then new palette knife.
Yeah, right.
By the way, Danny Harris said, Josh, get some super glue.
For the brush
Yes.
that broke, yeah.
And fix all your problems with some super glue.
True. True. It's gonna be like a little rock kind of something. We're making it up as we go, right? Little rock sort of something thingy sticking up above, maybe some sandy beach, and another little bit of bush. And remember, you guys can stop at any moment. You don't have to continue along with crazy old Josh until the painting looks nothing like it did You don't have to do that.
Allison Phipps says, I'm really liking this.
Thank you, Allison.
Jennifer says, beautiful clouds.
Thank you, thank you. Maybe this guy's up on top of like a little sandy knoll, a little rock sticking out of the top, and then we're gonna cover up all sorts of stuff. Pushing things back, doing all sorts of things. There we go. Just pulling it down, adding different things, pulling it down, adding different things. Add a bit of like shadowy rock base at the bottom of this guy. Do a little bit of our brown over the top. Just kind of filling in space. Look at that. It looks natural-ish. It looks natural-ish.
Roberta Harris just sent another 50 stars.
Roberta, you are the woman. Thank you. There we go.
The woman.
The woman. Yeah, that's neat. Do that. Whatever is going on back here needs to be covered by something. Oh no, look, just like that. See, we can change the direction of stuff.
It does look like some,
Just like so.
some erosion.
Eroding! Eroding!
Eroding.
A bit of sand coming up around the edge of those while I get paint in between my eyeballs. And we can have some more sand rolling off the edge, and then it'll connect into this sand over here. And then we'll blend it all in. See what I mean? Do you guys see what I mean, man?
Do you see what I see?
Yeah, make it all messy. Just like that. Now you can go over it as many times as you want to make it soft. Make it look how you want to make it look. Right?
Bill
Not
Emery
me.
says, from Vancouver Island, we'll try this one when posted.
Thanks, Bill. I think Bill's the one that bought the Paint with Josh duffel bag. No,
That was Bill Britt.
Bill Britt, right. So it was Bill, see?
It is a Bill.
It's Abel. It's Abel. Here we go. What do you guys think of that? Big old nasty rock covering, making our little path go down.
Is this new ripple or dead ripple?
New, I think. Let's see, we'll find out.
3, 2, 1. Ah, I hear the fizz and the swallow. It's not old, it's fresh.
It's fresh.
It's fresh.
We can't.
That is one good looking beach, babe.
Thanks, honey.
Just real pretty beach.
That's a pretty beach. There we go. Little differences, maybe a little flat area on the top. Come in over here, highlight this guy. Just by bouncing it in, we're not trying to cover all the dark, and we're not trying to let the greens touch, because then everything starts getting lost.
No touchy greens.
Don't want to cover up all the dark.
Deb Hicks says, can a minor join on YouTube as a member?
Yeah, it's just I mean, you're gonna need a credit card to pay the $7.99, but all of my class videos are very professional.
In them, so there's no, I don't, you know.
Well, I try not to swear, right, in the class videos, because I don't know. I mean, I try not to swear in every video because I don't know who's watching, and one little wrong thing that I say might make you not into a fan anymore. So I try to be very professional. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with those class videos. I would let my own daughter watch them if she wanted to learn the basics. There may be a few burps in there, but no swears, I don't think. All right, guys. Well, I still think it needs something, but oh my God, it's so bad. Let's see. Maybe we need a little bit of like. Sometimes the angle, this thing on my easel messes up the angle of the. It'll change the angle of my painting just based on how it comes down and hits. Comes down and hits the base right there. Just like that, guys. Poof! Call it a day. I just can't seem to get that white sand to just stay nice and thick without looking like, too much snow. A little bit of shadow, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. A little bit of something neat. There we go. Ooh, that was cool. Try that again. Almost like putting little water lines in there, right? And then you have like a little ridge of sand. Something, some little thing. Maybe this is where the little ants crawl up their thing and they come up and they pop into the anthill. I don't know. I don't know, babe. But it's something. We could throw a big old birch tree off the side here, but it wouldn't make sense. All right, guys. Well, I think London is very tired and needs to go back to sleep. I would if I had been up that late. Am I right, babe?
You're right, babe.
I kind of want to go back to bed too. I didn't get.
No going back to bed for you.
No, I didn't get out of bed until. Well, I didn't go to bed till like 1:30 or something again, trying to edit the video.
It was super late.
Editing and all that stuff. So, all right, well, guys, we already have half the signature in there, so let's put the other half in. And we'll call it a day. I hope you guys like this one. I hope you try it, and I hope you send it in. Obviously, you can't send it on YouTube, so send it to facebook.com/paintwithjosh. And we'll be able to see it left or right, babe. This side's very, yeah, I was going to say.
John Krasniak just sent another 1,000 stars.
Johnny! Thank you, my friend. John's like, we want better video quality.
Yeah. Your video quality sucks.
But I think it turned out really great, guys. Like, I wouldn't change anything. I love having, like, something big in the foreground, but at the beach, it's hard to find big stuff sometimes. So, it looks really fantastic. So, again, I hope you try this. Send it into to my Facebook page, facebook.com/paintwithjosh. You can follow me if you're watching on Facebook, and if they're not tapping, are they still tapping, or did they fall off? What happened? Yeah, it's cool. It came out of the swag bag.
Oh, cool. Yeah, please
so-
remember to smash that screen with those like buttons. Please remember to share it, tell your friends, send a text message to your grandma, whatever it is, even if you need to print it out on a piece of paper and walk it next door.
Because I can't reach the whole world, guys. We need your help to help me reach the world.
Danny Harris just sent 500 stars.
Danny!
You guys are amazing. We've raised
Yeah, really
3,900 stars just during this live alone. That's really amazing,
Wicked
guys.
cool, guys. Wicked cool.
Um,
What were we saying? What were you saying?
I'm not sure just how awesome you were.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Look at that beach.
Look at that sweet beach. So does anyone have any questions while we're just cleaning up and
Just faffing around.
fapping, watching my brush, hoping this fan brush doesn't fall off too?
Roberta Harris just sent 50 stars as well.
Roberta!
Sylvia says, ooh, I really like that painting. Watching you paint is the perfect end to my Mother's Day. Oh, she's in the United Kingdom.
Oh, I was gonna say, Jesus, don't scare me like that, Mother's Day. I look a Mother's Day.
I like a madre.
Oh my God, I just had a mini heart attack. I was like, Mother's Day.
It's okay. It's not Mother's Day. But I like the fact that you think I would allow you to go until 20 past 11
Yeah,
without saying
without even
anything
saying
on
it.
Mother's Day.
No, because then
Though saying that you did buy me a coffee and
I got you a coffee.
I mean with the standard fitting, I could just assume that's my Mother's Day.
Oh yeah, that's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Oh, is ours next week? It's in May, I thought.
Yeah, that's what I
Why
thought.
is it months apart?
They're
UK
in,
and
yeah, in the UK.
yeah, but I mean we got Christmas on the same day. Why can't they do Mother's Day on the same day?
John Krasniak sent another 500 stars.
John's trying to outdo anyone who sends stars.
Yeah.
You're like, bam, got you more.
Yeah, he is.
How many do we need for
I'm
the
not-
I'm not asking for this amount, but how much do we need for the iPad? We need 1,300, which equates to 130,000 stars, right?
Yeah.
So, where are we at on our goal? Does it show?
Right now we're at 8,177 stars out of the 10,000 stars
Oh, okay.
that we did. I did not, maybe I should. Maybe that would help people see the big picture.
What?
change it
list it.
to the 130,000.
Yeah, 130,000. And we're like, 13% of the way there. 130,000, which is a lot of freaking stars, if you ask me.
I'm gonna edit this goal so that we can keep track on it moving forward. It's still bananas to me that this isn't working.
Oh yeah, dude. I don't know.
We don't talk about it.
We're gonna have a lawsuit.
I
What
know.
we're gonna do?
It's fine by me. We can then
What we're gonna do?
then we can just raise stars for an attorney.
Oh God, that would be funny. Well, we're not gonna tell you what we're talking about, so don't ask. But again, I hope you guys like this video. It's relatively simple, right? We went a little crazy over here. Got a little bit more advanced than the other one, but why paint the same painting twice, right? That's not something fun. So, I really love the sheen on the beach. I love how we didn't even really paint it. And the water is very much, just very simple, very easy. A little bit of knife work down here. And if you don't like the way your knife, breaks and blends like that, you can go over it with the brush and just make it nice and soft like it is back here, right? As long as it's a little bit brighter than the brown, it's going to stand out and everything will be fine. You can always use whatever colors you have, right? If I've got cadmium yellow, but you've got, bright yellow, it's the same thing. Just, it's all the same. It's never going to be 100% exactly what I have. And even if you do have the same stuff that I have, we might not scrape up the same amount when we're making a shadow, or it might be different. You might have more liquid white or less, and it could change and do all these different things. So, don't get discouraged if it doesn't look exactly the same. I love when you guys send them in and show me, how you've been doing, what you've been working on, how you've kind of grown. You guys don't think that I see it, but I see, when you send me photos, what they look like before and what they look like now, and all the improvements that you've been doing, especially with the member, the members that pay for the channel. So, again, it's always a blast hanging out with you guys and painting and doing all sorts of fun stuff. And we never really know what to paint, so the majority of the time we're just literally making it up. That's how we like to do it, right, babe?
Yep.
So I think, besides that, I gotta save some of that paint. It's not gonna, don't want to throw it all out. Right, we did use a fair amount, but we kept a fair amount as well. So, I don't know about you guys, I don't do anything special, and a lot of times I gotta pay the price for that with a bit of dried paint skin on the top of my paint pile or whatever. But it's not a big thing.
Vicky said, will you post a good picture of today's painting?
Oh, of course, yeah. After every painting, I get it in the photo area, which is actually over here behind the cameras, and I take a picture. That's why a lot of times it may look different on the screen here versus the colors that show up when we take the photo. This is all super bright, so everyone can see every single detail, rolls, and all my flaws, everything for everyone to see. You get this super bright light. But yes, after the video is posted, I go back, I respond to people. I have to make the thumbnail for the YouTube link for that to be, show this. I've got to get it out on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter now and all that crap. So yes, it will be up eventually. Paint with Josh on Facebook at Paint with Josh, and it'll be up there, and you'll be able to see it and inspect it and zoom in, and then when you go to paint your version of the video, you can have it sitting next to you all, on your laptop or phone or whatever, as a reference while you paint the tutorial. So that's what we look at. It's always fun. Like within the next few hours, London and I will start getting messages and photos of people that have done this one or recent ones. It's usually the one that we do on Sundays. So it'll take a couple hours, and then there'll be the first couple to come in, and we start to see them, and we love when people send stuff in like that. So send them in. I always screenshot them, and then I save them for, when I get like 30 or 40 of them, I save them up, and then we do like a fan appreciation post, and that goes out, and everyone gets to see all your guys' work. So it's really cool.
Annie says, how do you store your unused paint from your palette?
Right here. I leave it on the palette in little piles because today's Sunday, which means tomorrow I'll probably paint again. for something, or me and Bailey will do the flowers video or something. So I paint often enough that, you know, it's just always out. It's just always there.
It just don't go hard.
Yeah, it'll go it'll get a skin on the top, and I've got to peel it off sometimes, and then, you know, but for the most part, it's only really between like Wednesday to Friday that it gets dry. Otherwise, I'm in here doing something with it. So, but yeah, until then.
Tune in for Sunday, peel the skin off the paint. Lovely.
Oh man, that's like, yeah.
We thank you so much for joining in.
Joining and
Hold on.
chiming in on our YouTube.
Hold on. Let me fix that.
It's early.
We want to thank you for tuning in and spending your Sunday morning with us here at Paint with Josh. We know you have many options when it comes to creators and tutorials on the internet. Therefore, we're grateful that you chose to spend it with us. You can reach us at YouTube and Facebook, all Paint with Josh. If you're bored, you can go over to TikTok and watch Josh rap.
Paint with Josh K. Man, like I said, it's jumped up. I'm excited to go see if it's higher than 903, because it went from 360 to wherever it is now in the last couple days.
It's amazing. It really
Okay,
is.
continue. TikTok, Paint with Josh K. Instagram, Paint with Josh K.
Yeah, if you're interested in seeing him rap, they're the things. If you're looking to buy dryer sheets, cat food, tampons, whatever it may be, you can always head over to amazon.com/shop/paint with Josh. It is an affiliate link, so if you have absolutely no desire to support Josh with a couple of pennies, please do not purchase through that link.
Yeah, what's cool about that is if you go to amazon.com/shop/paint with Josh, and then you look at what I have, and then you're like, oh, I need to go buy,
dryer sheets,
or the Lord of the Rings trilogy of books, or an Apple Pencil, or whatever, and then you go buy that, because you came to Amazon through my link, I get a piece of whatever you bought. So it's really cool. So if you want to go buy a yacht, or if you're looking to buy one of those like $15,000 Amazon houses, go to amazon.com/shop/paintwithjosh first, right? And then search for whatever you want, and I'll get a piece of whatever you get. So, affiliate programs, right? You can shop my Etsy store, paintwithjosh.etsy.com.
Hey, what if, let's say somebody wants to print their own artwork. Do you have like an affiliate link for that too?
I do. So say you wanted to make your own shirts, right? With James Barlage Studios on a shirt, or he's already signed up through my affiliate link. Or Alla Prima Artistry, if Suzanne's out there and she wants to make her own stuff, or your own hats, or put your stuff on a pillow, or whatever. Of course, we don't have anything in here to show you, but you can go to my Printful site. I'll drop it in the comments of the thing, because it's a whole long, random bit of numbers and letters and all that stuff. But yeah, if you wanted to print your own stuff onto different things, or posters, or little coffee mugs, or I think they got napkins and puzzles, right? This one might turn into a puzzle. So
you can also do other things, like as a Christmas gift. Maybe you want to put a photo on some mugs or some prints,
or if you just had an animal pass away and you want to make a pillow out of it or something, so it can always be on the couch. You can do it that way.
There's so many different things, but if you do join Printful to print said items using Josh's affiliate link, he does get a percentage of the money. So again, if you do not wish to support him, please do not do this.
And it's not your money. It's Printful gives me a bonus for bringing you to them, right? So it's like a 10% thing. If you sell a $30 pillow, I get $3 from Printful, just for me bringing you to them. Doesn't come out of your profits or anything. So it just helps me out. The more people I bring to them, the more little things you guys get, the more little things that I make, right?
Yeah,
so that's what it's all about.
We've turned down several deals over the past year, probably 18 months, where the requirement is you as a subscriber go there, you spend the money, and in order for Josh to make money, you have to spend more for a product. We do not believe in that, and so we're not going to send you to a website that makes things more expensive just so that you can support. That's counterproductive. That's not. So a lot of the affiliate links that we have either grant some sort of discount, or the price stays the same for you.
Right. Yeah, that's. London is 100% right.
Vicky says, "Can you post all this info?" Yes, we can.
Sure. I'll post I'll post the Printful affiliate link, the Amazon affiliate link, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. I have so many links now that.
We could actually
a lot of
upload those things on Media Kits and just send that link out.
On Media Kit?
Yeah.
What is that?
Not Media Kit, Linktree for the
Linktree.
links.
Yeah. I know that one.
Anyway, guys, we thank you so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate it.
There we go.
And,
All right, gotta stop messing with this thing before it do one thing and then I hate it.
This is Seascapes Season 1, Episode 10.
Maybe the season finale of Sunday Seascapes. London and I were talking about this the other day, actually. Are you guys getting bored with Seascapes? Should we switch it up and do a season of spacescapes like this and just do, 10 black canvas trippy landscape scenes? Or should we do 10 sunset scenes in a row or 10 blue signs? What do you guys want to see? I think putting out a landscape on the Wednesday and throughout the week and then doing the Sunday Seascapes thing is kind of cool. It's kind of starting to get track now, or gain traction, right? That's what they call it?
Yeah.
Gain traction.
I think as the grand finale of Seascapes, we should pack up the cameras, go to the sea, and you should just throw a canvas in the ocean.
Just be like, Seascape episode finale, wow!
Remember,
someone will be like, hey, you need to go pick that up.
Well, yeah, obviously we'll pick it up. We're not just going to let it float away.
No, I'm going to wait for it. It's like, I'm going to wait for it to surf itself in.
We
use it as a boogie board.
There's a fish somewhere going, Sean, isn't this material the same material we found those shoes made of that one time? Boat shoes are always... Boat shoes are always canvas.
Yeah.
Josh, sometime soon, you could do a jungle rainforest on a black canvas.
True. You do that.
That sounds cool. I like it when we do the rain. Like, the rain looks like it's coming.
The rain? What do you mean?
Like the skull.
Oh,
like
yeah,
stormy.
like this one with the stormy rains and like this. It's got the far off, but it might eventually dry a little bit lighter and you'll lose that.
Danny Harris says the space scene scape, I think, would be a pretty cool... No, he's saying
as a season? And you just do a psychedelic. But the problem with that is not everyone likes the psychedelic thing, and then if I do too many of those in a row, people just unsubscribe because they're like, well, he's obviously just going to keep doing psychedelic scenes forever, so I'm just going to leave, and then I lose that person, and they never come back. So that's the hard thing about deciding what to paint. Like, what do people want to see? And then, we'll do, like I asked you guys that one time, what do you want to see? You said the fallen tree painting. I did that. It just got like the lowest amount of views ever in my videos ever. So you guys don't even know what you want to see.
It's hilarious.
It's funny, but it is what it is.
Yep. Well, we'll start taking suggestions if you have a suggestion to what you would like to see moving forward as ideas for seasons. Obviously, we won't do all of them.
4 seasons, like we did that one painting with the 4 seasons in it.
That's what we should do every Sunday.
We'll do 4 seascapes: a soft beach, a crashing one, a stormy one, and then a psychedelic one, all on the same canvas.
Done. Oh, like that, portrait-wise.
Yeah.
Hey, babe, can you make the noise so I can click the buttons?
Oh, we'll see you guys later, okay? That's the signature intro that even Fred, the cleaning guy, was like, I love the way you exit the videos with that noise.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, until we see you guys again next time, or until you rewatch this video, continue to tap the buttons, share, send it to your grandma, and, tell your best friend, hey, check this guy out. I don't even paint, but he's fun to watch, or he helped me so much with the texture or the highlights or the beach or the whatever. And just tell people that when it comes from you, it sounds better than when it comes from me. When it comes from me, it sounds like I'm a butthole. And you should learn from me, right?
You should watch my show.
Right. Nobody wants to. But if it comes from you, then people go, oh, okay. Right.
Roberta Harris says African sunset type series. She also said
so London can make fun of my elephants.
Well, they are pretty shoddy. Josh painted
no African elephant scenes. No.
When Josh,
not gonna do it.
When Josh was on the road to discovering exactly who he was, which we knew from the first painting. However, Josh decided he would attempt it. He attempted to paint an elephant, and
it was just a silhouette of an elephant.
Yeah, but that makes it worse.
It got hit in the head by a truck, and its head was all weird shape, and it looked like a 4-year-old did an elephant against the beautiful sunset, and I was like, this is garbage. It's trash.
Like the cross in between.
And London made so much fun of me.
Like a dinosaur on an elephant.
Yeah, it was like a brontosaurus body with a deformed, dented-in elephant head.
was pretty bad. Pretty bad.
So
it was
never, as you know, forever henceforth, never doing animals, and I'm never doing.
and it was at this point he realized
Africa.
animals were not his thing.
Yeah, right. Like just stick to weird, landscapes and make it interesting. That's my goal.
Well, again, we thank you so much. We've said thank you like 12
We have.
times now.
So
You guys
until the
should
next time we see you guys,
carry on
share
with
the
your
videos,
Sunday.
like it. We love you. Go watch, me 1,000 more times on Sunday, or whatever else you do. Whatever you're doing, you should be watching me in London on Sundays. So, and then tell everyone else in the world that. But until then, we got a new video coming out Wednesday. Obviously, right back here. Been talking about it this whole time, and I can't wait to see you guys then. So take care. Have the rest of a good day, and pow! See you later, man. Get them out of here, babe. Turn them off.